What's going on, guys? So this is going to be like a multi-point video here because of everything that's going on and with YouTube ads and data tracking and privacy, and it is well more than just YouTube looking in your browser and collecting your information to figure out what the fuck you're doing that you don't want to watch their ads when they want to force them down your throat. It goes on to the military's information being sold, and not just the military, every individual in the military being sold, as well as, covering the tech side of how shitty the Google Play Store is and how they give you everything and you guys just kind of ignore it. By you guys, that's general. So I'm going to go over YouTube's ad policies, how the commies across the pond are doing better than America is at protecting your private data. And just bitch about it and make sure everybody gets to see this video. Make sure you like, make sure you sub. Definitely share this one out. And if you know anybody in the military, make sure you share this video with them as well. This is something that might interest them. So let's get into this. As YouTube tightens its restrictions on ad blockers, privacy advocates in the European Union are betting the government regulations can put a stop to the crackdown. Like I said, the commies across the pond in Germany, France, the UK, all cracking down on all these corporations' invasion of your privacy and stealing and selling your data. Because let's be honest, if you think about it for more than half a second, how does YouTube know you're using an ad blocker? Well, easy. They're looking at everything you have on your web browser or possibly on your computer. One privacy expert, Alexander Hanf, filed a complaint in October with the Irish Data Protection Commission. Hanf argues that YouTube's ad blocker detection system is a violation of privacy, a charge Google denies and illegal under EU law. Ad block detection scripts are spyware, absolutely, 100%. There is no other way to describe them. As such, it is not acceptable to deploy them without consent. Well, that's where YouTube will say you have to accept us to watch video, and you still can't watch the video. It's the same thing when I'm trying to go through articles for Washington Post, New York Times. Just pick a random news website. Hey, we see you're using an ad blocker. You have to turn it off. Like there are ways around it. There are things you can do, and I would gladly pay for an ad blocker to not pay Google and YouTube for their premium subscription or whatever the fuck it is that gets rid of ads. But the reality is all this is going to do is say you have to agree with this to use our website. And if you don't, they're going to do the same damn thing. Him goes on to tell The Verge, I consider any deployment of technology which can be used to spy on my devices as both unethical and illegal in most situations. I would say almost all of them. So going on about the privacy, blah, 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 blah. So last couple of paragraphs here in the article. If the European Commission finds that YouTube's ad blocker detection system violates EU e-privacy directive, the commissions might hit the platform with a fine and force it to change the feature. It ain't going to do a damn thing. They're just going to pay the fine and keep doing it. It's every time one of these multi-million or billion-dollar corporations get the fine, they're just like, tax write-off. It's a bit too early to tell how the commission will respond to Hanf's challenge, but the outcome likely won't result in any changes to the existing system for those in the US. Absolutely right. For now, Hanf isn't backing down. I've been fighting for stronger protections of privacy and data protection rights for almost 2 decades. If YouTube continues to think they can get it with deploying spyware on our devices, I will bring them down too. Well, it's not just YouTube here. I'll give you an example, and then we'll get into the military aspect of this because, this shows you how bad it really is. So Google Play Store, normal, nothing crazy. Let's see, what a game. All right, anyway, we'll just click on the first game. Here we go. Seems fantastic, right? Data safety. This app may collect these data types. This is why all those games you're playing on your phone that are free, they're not free. Because if it's free, All those games you have on your phone that you're playing, that you're just like, oh, it's a free game, stupid little game, I'll play it. It's free because you're the product. So what does this one collect? Name, email address, user IDs, and phone number. App functionality, analytic, developer communication, blah, 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 blah. Phone number optional, email address optional, developer communication, name, app functionality, financial info, history, purchase history, app functionality, analytics, fraud prevention, security, and compliance. Compliance with what? Photos and videos. Now, these all say optional, but where do you turn that off in the app? I'm guaranteeing you there's no place to turn this off in the app. Files and documents on your phone. So anything you've downloaded to your phone, maybe you downloaded a bank statement, they have access to that. Like the previous one, any photos you've taken, any videos, think about that. All the shit you have on your phone that you probably shouldn't have, they have access to that. App activity, I don't give a fuck about. Well, I kind of do. They can use AI to make determinations about how you are. There's the device ID. That one is understandable because it's the same thing when you're playing games on the PC. They collect your device info while you're playing the game so that they know if there's an issue, what the issue is. It's more understandable than we're going to collect your files and documents, photos and videos off your phone. I might have to go back and edit this one and pull up BlueStacks so I can see what the mobile version looks like. Because this one, I don't use this shit on my computer. Maybe it's app support. Oh, here it is. So a lot of the times you can go to app support and they'll actually tell you what companies that made it, as well as what country they're from. There are a lot of Chinese games out there. Just saying. Take a peek at that. So yeah, maybe next time you're on the Play Store looking for a game to play because you're fucking bored, you should check over what information they're actually collecting from you. But this all leads into something very important, I promise. So let's go to The Hill. Researchers say service members' personal information is easy to buy online. Yes, it is. And this is something I normally don't do on the channel. This is tech adjacent and political at the same time, but this is the important part. Researchers at the University of Stanford School of Public Policy easily bought the sensitive information of American active duty service members and of veterans for up to 32 cents. Up to. The highest price they paid was 32 cents from various .org and .asia websites. What would a .asia website be doing with military service members' information? The data includes non-public information about health, finances, religious practice, according to the study. Researchers said that data brokers fail to use best practices on determining the identity of people, can sell data to third-party data brokers who can sell to foreign countries, and that these inconsistent practices are highly unregulated by the U.S. government. Of course they're not. They're selling us out. The ability to exploit such data poses a serious risk to national security, allowing bad actors to blackmail and damage a service member's reputation. Yes. So now we've got foreign entities with service members' info, and if they find out who they are and they can match that to the Google fucking Play Store, they have your phone number, your emails, your bank account records, they have your photos, your videos, they've got any documents you've had on your phone, all of it. They know when you've been sick, they know when you've been to the doctors, they know if you've been sick with anything. They can mass all this information out and cause a fucking plague. Essentially, well, plague like 2019. But, you know. So I'm going to keep going over the article. An industry that builds and sells detailed profiles on Americans could be exploited by hostile actors to target military service members and veterans as a subset of the U.S. population. They wrote, noting that foreign governments could also hack the collected data from these brokers. Yes. And I work in IT. We'll say it's high level. So one of the things Thankfully, it's not at the company I'm currently at, but every other company I've worked for, all of them have your financial information. They have all your identifying information. And recently, the FCC has a filing against a company that they all used called SolarWinds. That was used to monitor entire networks. You get their IP information, you know where their computer's at, you can hack into anything at that point, get any bit of information you need. And the break was so bad that they were getting private information that nobody knows, that nobody should have access to outside of that company. Entire networks that I know for a fact, federal sites. We're talking, they haven't, one of those things where it's like, you can't really talk about this. Let's just say I know government agencies were fucking breached if this was the size of the leak and breach that happened. 100%. I guarantee you, at least tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions, people's financial and personal records are now in the hands of some foreign fucking country. But you didn't hear about that on the news, did you? No, not one bit. Keep an eye on your bank accounts, people. It's coming. The information they mine can be incredibly detailed, such as a person's political beliefs, lifestyle habits, and health conditions. Yeah, well, Facebook does that. They know when you take a shit. Because you always take your phone there and you sit on there for a few minutes. Yeah, they know. They track all of that. And I am all for the government censoring fucking corporations, telling them outright you cannot take their data from. You can't say you can't use this app if you don't give us your data. If you want to ask them if they want to opt into it, 100%. But they should not just be able to deny you from using anything unless you give them your fucking information. Duke University researchers first raised a question about the potential for exploitation of U.S. military. Yeah, everything I've already said. Researchers first scraped data broker websites and found thousands of hits for the words military and veteran. They later contacted 12 U.S. data brokers to purchase information about individual service members, and multiple brokers handed them back hundreds of results. Ultimately, they were able to buy data sets that included detailed information about thousands of service members. Now remember, this is just a fucking shitty school that's doing this for fucking free. Imagine if this is your job, how much data you can pull and sell to people. But bouncing back to me bitching about everything else, yeah, YouTube does it. I mean, Google does it, but Google owns YouTube. It's no secret there. Every app you put on your phone at this point is practically doing it. Very few don't steal your data. Very few. But this all boils back to people in commie Europe fighting back against corporations. Which, I mean, I wish more people here were doing that, but it is what it is. But guys, again, make sure you like, make sure you share. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments section. But again, share this out. If you know anybody in the military, share this out with them. Tell them to watch the whole damn video. Like I said, this kind of was an all-encompassing video. I crammed a lot of things in there, but people definitely need to see what's actually going on. I've seen the quartering cover the YouTube part of it, but not the rest of it. So, yeah, guys, I'd appreciate a like, sharing it out, subscribing. But until the next one, be easy like sleazy.